guys, welcome back to my channel. This is another food edition video. Today we're going to be doing a vegetarian recipe, no meat at all. The only thing that is going to be at least some type of non-meat is going to be the chicken broth. So I just want to show y'all, this is one of my favorite recipes. So we finna jump right into the video and I will show y'all how to make this, and I hope y'all like it and make it yourself. Here we go. So the first thing I'm doing right now is pretty much washing the bell peppers. I probably had about 4 or 5 of them. I wash, rinse them off, get them clean, because I mean, it doesn't look like it's dirty, but sometimes there's little areas where there's dirt inside of the bell peppers. I did get specifically red as well because it popped the color. So the next thing I'm doing right now, I'm cutting up the bell peppers into slices. So you should have about, I would say, 8 different slices of bell peppers you would set aside. Cut the rind out in the middle. Slice them in the middle. So then you're going to have quite a bit up there. Make sure you have a big enough cutting board so you can fit all of your bell peppers on that little cutting board. And of course, you know, make sure you have a very great and sufficient cutting board, because some of these cutting boards are so cheap and fragile, they fall apart so easily. So as you can see, I'm cutting them down. The next step you're going to do is take a baking pan out, rinse it off and clean it. Then you're going to lay some foil down on the entire pan. So you can do that right there. So you're going to next lay down your bell pepper halves. Make sure you have a baking pan that's big enough. This one can fit about 8. And what you're going to do, you're going to preheat your oven on 350 and put those things in the oven. The most heat I would say as far as the temperature in the oven will be like 375. So 350, 375 would be good. You'll have them in there for about, I would say, about between 40 and 45 minutes. In the oven, they're going to be roasting. They're going to have a sweet taste to them. While your bell peppers are in the oven, you're going to rinse off your cauliflower. Rinse it real good. Get between the crevices. Take off some of the little stems. As you can see, I'm thoroughly washing it. Probably took me a little while, but rinse it off, turn the water off, and then you're going to cut down your cauliflower into little bites. You're going to cut that bad boy down until you get all these little bites. It may take a little while to do, but make sure you cut it down thoroughly, because this is going to also get blended into the soup. Also, I will cut the little once you cut all of the little, I guess you could call these little trees off of the cauliflower, you want to break them down even more, cut them even down even more. Make sure you have them all aligned to where it's chopped up really well. So as you can see, I chopped them pretty good into small little bites. So the next thing you are going to do, this is the fun part, put some more, get another pan, get some more foil. You're going to slide those bad boys on top of your pan with your hand, or you can use your knife. Usually I use my hand because it's easier for me. So spread them on there. Spread them evenly as far as on the entire pan to make sure they're evenly distributed. Once they're evenly distributed on your pan, the next thing you're going to do is grab your seasons. You're going to start with putting some salt, a little salt on there, a little pepper, just for the base. And I'm using my special Zatarain's garlic herb. Y'all know that's my favorite. Gotta have that on there. Season it up, make sure it's well seasoned. Just whip it. You're gonna get your olive oil, spray it all over your cauliflower. I'm just showing y'all my season so y'all can know what I put on it before. So make sure the seasoning is all on there greatly. So yeah, so as you can see right here, I'm just going ahead and after I put the olive oil on there, I'm making sure the olive oil is evenly distributed on all the cauliflower, because you're going to put this in the oven so it can roast. So make sure it's on there so it can evenly roast the cauliflower. So next, I'm going to put also a little bit of peanut oil on here. Just put a little dab. Coat it on there evenly. Don't put too much. Just put a little bit. Quick dab. I have to put some more little seasoning on there because, you know, cauliflower for some reason does not take season very well. So you have to make sure it's seasoning well in order for you to get your taste. So we're almost finished. Put a little more peanut oil if you like, up to your own preferences. So for the cauliflower, you're going to also preheat it for 350. Pop those cauliflowers in the oven. Have them in there, I would say, also for around 30 to 45 minutes. Close that bad boy up and check on it. I would say every now and then. I would say check on it maybe every 10. This is the aftermath of the bell peppers once I took them out the oven. Y'all see that little smoke coming off? Look good. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it inside of a bowl, let them cool off. We get into the good part, y'all. So what you're going to do next, get a saucepan, put some one whole diced onion inside that pan. Make sure it's diced real good. Stir it up. Stir it up on about a medium heat. Make sure you get them all brown when it comes to those onions. Ooh, y'all hear that sizzling? That stuff sounding good. I'm ready to eat. So y'all going to take out the cauliflower after it's been in there for 40 minutes. You're going to set your cauliflower to the side and make sure it's getting cool. While that's cooling, you're going to go ahead and get your bell peppers, take off the skin on the back of the bell peppers and slice them up into little bites. So it's going to be probably really chopped up to where there's diced bell peppers. It may be a little moist. You can use gloves if you feel more comfortable, but I just feel like using my normal hands and just slice them down. But this took a little while. This video was sped up, but it probably took about, I'm going to say 20 minutes to get everything diced down and all that skin taken off. But the results will be so yummy at the end. So keep dicing those bell peppers up. Put on some music. And dice those things up. Dice those things up. Hey, dice them up. Hey. Yep, last one. Peel and dice. Peel and dice. Hey. All right now. So you should have quite a bit of diced bell peppers there. Pretty much, you're not going to really be doing nothing with the skin, so you can throw that away. The main part that we are trying to accomplish is using the actual bell pepper. I kind of want to try and see how it would turn out with a green bell pepper or a yellow bell pepper. Maybe the color will be much different, but maybe I'll try it on the next recipe. But this red bell pepper made it have a rich and delicious flavor. Each bell pepper has different type of flavors, so experiment on your own and see how it goes. Let me know in the comments if I tried it with a different type of bell pepper. I got that smoked paprika. If y'all haven't tried smoked paprika, definitely check it out. But yeah, put about 1 teaspoon of that inside of diced onions in a pot. You're gonna sprinkle crushed red pepper. Only a sprinkle, little goes a long way. You're going to sprinkle a little thyme in there. I barely use thyme, y'all. But you're going to sprinkle some in here so we can get that flavor. Sprinkle. Don't sprinkle too much, y'all, because thyme has a strong smell and a strong fragrance. Once you get all your seasoning there, you're going to stir it up with your diced onions. Get more flavor in there. Then you're going to, now for the good part. Look at all that juice running off. Add your bell peppers. Just slide them in there. Juicy. So yeah, all of your bell peppers will go in there at one time. Just drop them in there. They look so delicious. I can just eat them like that. So yeah, once you do that, you are going to now get your cauliflower after you got it out the oven. Also, you're going to add those to your mixture. Just right off the pan. Look at all that oil. So yeah, just get it all in your soup. I know it does not look like a soup yet, but it will eventually when I show you guys an additional step. So gradually add your cauliflower in there. Am I the only one who has problems with items spilling? All right, so moving on, we have our chicken broth. So You're going to put about at least, I would say, 2 cups of chicken broth within the soup. This is going to be your base for your vegetarian soup, even though we have chicken broth. If you prefer to substitute, you can use vegetable broth or any other broth that you prefer. So as you can see, I'm just pouring that up. 2 cups will be needed. So yeah. You can also, from that point, pour it inside of your mixture that you have in your pot with your bell peppers, cauliflower. Put a little more season on there. Put a little more season. For some reason, it just needed more season. So yeah, so you got your chicken broth already in there. You're going to stir it up. Make sure it's in there well. I would suggest probably stirring it about maybe a couple times, maybe about 10 times to make sure everything is settled to the bottom and we got all the flavors and stuff mixed in, including all the onions at the bottom, all of your seasons, all of your roasted cauliflower, bell pepper. So make sure you get in there mixed. So then we're going to move on to the next step, which is with our cheese. So you're going to get about a half a cup of goat cheese, pour it inside of your measuring cup. And I would say get the kind that's like chunky so it can melt inside of your actual soup. You're going to pour that in there. It's going to melt and make this even more flavorful. Oh God, y'all. When I tell you this was good, it was great. So stir that in there. As you can see, it's starting to get its color. So its color is like a bright orange, which I think is pretty pretty. So stir that in there a couple times. Allow that to boil. Allow that to melt. So this is the best part. So what you're going to do, you're going to get your hand blender, blend all the ingredients together to make your soup consistency. So you're going to blend it in there. I would probably say for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Everything should be well blended until you get a soup-like consistency. So yes, I'm going to put a link to the blender that I'm using in this video because this blender chops up everything very good. So, and then of course, you can always use your own, find it in any grocery store. So this is how the consistency should look after you blend everything up. This beautiful, rich orange color, delicious flavor. So here's the final results of the soup. So this is how the soup turned out. It's very thick consistency, very nice soup. I did add some rice, so some jasmine rice is usually what I use, and that came out pretty good. Also added a piece of wheat bread, which I got from a local bakery. Sliced that up with some butter on there. And yes, y'all, that was the most delicious meal I've ever had. Vegetarian. You don't even have to have any meat. So definitely, if y'all want to check out any other vegetarian recipes or any other recipes that I have, like this video and subscribe to my channel here at Doses of Mimi's World. I will see y'all in the next video. Talk to you soon.